Thelma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's talk heavyweights. Right? We talk two of the best ones, two of the top. We gotta say two of the top 5 and 6 heavyweights. We're gonna talk a little bit of Dillian Whyte because he has some interesting information. Dillian Whyte says, "Hey, Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz don't want to fight him. You know, I don't believe that, but we're gonna report it because we definitely been reporting about Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz needs an opponent for December the 1st. December the 1st, right? And your boy here could fight, and it's coming from this Dillian Whyte is saying basically because you know what Deontay Wilder has told him. Look, you fight him, and then you could come straight to me. You don't have to go through any mandatories or anything like that. So Dillian Whyte has finally responded to that and saying that Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz priced himself out of that fight. Well, I don't know. I know that most people would want it to be that way. That that he priced himself out. But that's something that we hear a lot in the game. I don't know, because price yourself out is easy. It's relative. Think about it. What is pricing yourself? Where is Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz pricing himself out? By wanting as much as Joseph Parker, maybe, right? Or something like that. Maybe a little less than Parker. Where would you put him, right? Because see, if you just ask people that are in boxing that know, ask the boxers themselves, say top 10 boxers, and let them rate each other. Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz will be in the top 5 by everybody. You see? So it depends on if he priced himself out. But to be fair, at least they talked. So I was kind of happy to hear some news come from Dillian Whyte just so I can hear him say the name, Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz, and let's see what happens going forward. Because if he priced himself out, then let's see what numbers are. Right? Because, you can always say somebody priced himself out. So that would be interesting. But see, let me just explain something. I did a video, I didn't even upload it, about when Dillian Whyte showed the text message from Deontay Wilder to the press, and the press gives you the title saying Dillian Whyte exposes Deontay Wilder, that Deontay Wilder won't fight him for 2 years. Right? And then if you go in, you would think, what is this? Okay, Deontay ain't gonna fight for two years. Now, me knowing what time it is like, well, Deontay Wilder has other things to do. He's trying to fight champions. And he's watching you not go get a mandatory from Kubrat Pulev. He's seeing you not fight Dominic Brazil to become the mandatory for sure, or fight Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz. He's put things out there, and he wanted to put you in the deal with you fighting, for him fighting you first, but making sure that Josh was in the contract. So Wilder has tried everything. So that's what he's probably meaning by 2 years. That's the first thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking, if Dillian Whyte was the champion and he had a text message saying 2 years, then I would have said, Wilder might not want to fight this guy. But you're not the champion. He's trying to get undisputed. One name. Remember that? One name. That's why you're not a name yet, because for every opportunity to become a mandatory, you don't want to do it. Right? Don't want to do it. So that's what I thought. But after reading the email or the text message, you're going to make a headline out of 2 years when in that text message he said 1,000 times he would fight you. He said that your promoter is just a liar, right? And then he even told him, he said, that because he watches the way that you look at Eddie Hearn and he don't think those are good vibes. Now, I'm barely paraphrasing, right? I read it about 3 or 4 days ago. That's what he was telling him. He said he would get to you. First of all, and he told him again, you can fight Ortiz and you can get straight to me again, right? Or just talk to your promoter, right? And then he said, showing that seems very dumb to show that text message, because it shows in here that he said 2 or 3 times he would fight him. These are just the circumstances. So when you know that can happen, then this Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz priced himself out thing, let's get some confirmation on that. But I will say this, at least Dillian Whyte has addressed Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz. So maybe this price yourself out thing might be good news, because, see, somebody, when you think that you got the most money and you're calling the shots, things can happen to you from the other side. Like the other side going from Wilder only making $2.5 million per fight to being able to offer Joshua $50 million and upwards a minimum of 50 million. So you might never know. This might be good. This might be a blessing in disguise for him to come out and say, Louis the real King Kong Ortiz priced himself out. People might get some money together, and that fight could probably happen anyway. So let's just see what happens going forward. But to be fair, Dillian Whyte says Louis the real King Kong Ortiz priced himself out, insinuating that Louis the real King Kong Ortiz don't want to fight him. Let's see what happens with that going forward, because that is juicy. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm about here, y'all.